There is a place beyond the laws of science, beyond the possibilities of reality. A place that draws from the deepest pits of one man's subconscious, revealing his innermost imaginations. This place is called the Dream Zone. Morgan Freeman has accomplished it all. With his deep, velvety voice and effortless charisma, he's captured the hearts of the world. He won us over as a kind of prisoner in The Shawshank Redemption, as a hard-nosed but sympathetic cop in Seven, and as God himself in Bruce Almighty. And yet, despite all the awards and recognition, Freeman felt there was still one thing to accomplish: becoming President of the United States of America. Freeman's bid for presidency rapidly gained traction. Politicians on both sides of the aisle couldn't resist his charm. Voters from all across the nation put their faith in Freeman. How could they not? He was literally God. Maybe, at last, the political divide of America would be bridged. His victory seemed all but assured, until the very last moment. Enter George, Morgan Freeman's one true challenger. George was a kind and calm man who quickly gained popularity with his promises of equality and healthcare for all. He was openly gay and enjoyed a seemingly perfect romance with his boyfriend Tony. The couple were often spotted holding hands and enjoying picnics in the local park. But Tony had a dark side, one he will reveal later. Although George found easy success in politics, his candidacy for presidency looked to be a losing one. George was popular among younger liberal voters, but lacked the star power of Freeman. Tony recognized this and hatched a devious plan. He was going to kill Morgan Freeman. Tony knew Freeman's daily route, a drive down 14th Avenue to Forsgren Park. Tony also knew Freeman had no security team, because who the hell would ever hurt Morgan Freeman? Tony waited in his car at the end of a neighborhood parallel to 14th. He gazed down the long road and finally noticed Freeman's black Escalade heading towards him. As the Escalade approached, Tony dashed into the road, waving his arms frantically. The Escalade came to a halt. Freeman rolled down the window and peeked his head out. "What's going on, son?" asked Morgan Freeman. Tony pointed towards the adjacent neighborhood where his car was parked. "I need some assistance. My car just broke down," replied Tony. Morgan Freeman pulled into the neighborhood and parked behind Tony's car. He slowly exited the Escalade and strolled over to Tony's vehicle, which had its hood propped open. He peered at the engine and scratched his head. "Honestly, son, I don't know much about it." Before he could finish his sentence, Freeman's body crumpled to the ground. A river of blood seeped down the curb, painting the concrete red. Tony slammed the hood shut and frantically scanned his surroundings. He jumped in his car and sped off. A massive manhunt involving local and federal authorities ensued, with Tony helping out to avoid suspicion. George had no idea of Tony's treacherous murder, and their romance continued to thrive. No justice as of now has been found for this senseless act of violence, and it's unclear if Tony will ever be punished. Our dream ends with America facing an uncertain future after the loss of the beloved Morgan Freeman. His assassination will go down as one of the darkest days in America's history. A day to never be forgotten, and forgotten it never will be, as nothing is ever forgotten in the Dream Zone.